Hey everyone, welcome back to EPSBD. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest burning questions from the Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3. Who does Stephen Conklin end up with? Is it Taylor, the love from his past, or Denise, the intriguing new character who's captured fans' attention? Stick around, because we're breaking down the love triangle that's got everyone talking. Stephen and Taylor, a complicated history. First up, let's talk about Stephen and Taylor. Their history is messy, emotional, and still unresolved. Even though they broke up, Stephen's feelings for Taylor are far from gone. Season 3 really digs into this tension, with moments like his near-fatal car accident and the way he instinctively protects Taylor. These scenes remind us that Stephen still deeply cares about her, and honestly, it's hard for fans to ignore the pull between them. Enter Denise, a new connection. But then comes Denise, Stephen's coworker, and someone who represents a completely new side of his life. With her, it's not about unresolved drama, it's about fresh chemistry, mutual respect, and intellectual connection. Fans immediately noticed how balanced and supportive their dynamic feels. Even Kaufman, the actor behind Stephen, admitted that his storyline with Denise adds a fresh layer to the character. He said filming those moments was a challenge because of all the emotions involved, but it really shows Stephen in a new light. The love triangle. So, what does this all mean? Well, Stephen is stuck in one of the season's most intriguing love triangles. On one hand, Taylor embodies nostalgia and first love, the kind of passion that never fully fades. On the other hand, Denise symbolizes growth and maturity, a chance for Stephen to move forward into a healthier relationship. Every scene with either woman feels charged, and fans are split right down the middle over who Stephen should choose. Opinion. Taylor is the endgame. Now, here's where I share my opinion. Based on how Season 3 unfolds, I think Stephen is more likely to end up with Taylor. The show keeps pulling them back together, emphasizing their history and emotional weight. From the car accident to the little moments of longing between them, the writing really leans toward a reunion. Denise is amazing, and she represents what Stephen could have if he chose growth and stability, but the storytelling keeps steering us back to Taylor, and that feels intentional. The books versus the show. And if you're wondering whether the books can give us a hint, not this time. In Jenny Han's original novels, Stephen doesn't have much of a romantic storyline. The show has expanded his character in a huge way, which means fans are really watching an entirely new direction here. What lies ahead? So, where does that leave us? Season 3 hasn't given us a final answer yet, but it's clear that Stephen is torn between the comfort of the past and the promise of the future. If the writers want nostalgia and passion, Stephen will end up with Taylor. But if they want growth and maturity, Denise is the obvious choice. Either way, fans are hooked on this storyline, and it's one of the biggest reasons the season has been so talked about. So, what do you think? Should Stephen choose Taylor, the first love he can't seem to let go of, or Denise, the new connection that could change everything? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to EPSBD for more deep dives into your favorite shows. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Who does Stephen end up with in the Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3? Exploring his love triangle. The Summer I Turned Pretty might just be the biggest hit of the summer, and Season 3 has fans buzzing about the romantic entanglements of its characters. One of the biggest questions circulating online is, who will Stephen Conklin end up with? Is it Taylor, his complicated ex, or Denise, the intriguing new addition to his life? Watch out, there may be spoilers ahead. 1. Stephen and Taylor, a complicated history. In Season 3, Stephen Conklin's relationship with Taylor Jewell is emotionally charged. Their history is filled with unresolved feelings, and despite their breakup, Stephen's lingering attachment to Taylor creates tension and emotional depth throughout the season. Key moments, like his near-fatal car accident and his protective instincts toward Taylor, highlight that he still cares deeply for her. 2. Enter Denise, a new connection. Denise is introduced as Stephen's coworker, and their interactions are marked by intellectual chemistry and mutual respect. The show hints at a potential new romance between them, showing that Stephen can form meaningful connections outside of his past. Actor Kaufman himself has acknowledged that Steven's storyline with Denise introduces a fresh dynamic to his character. I remember shooting episode 7 and I was like, oh my God, there's so many feelings involved for so many people, the actor told People. And to try to balance them and also figure out where Steven is at with all this, and not judging him for it, is definitely an interesting one. 3. The love triangle. Steven, Taylor, and Denise. The love triangle doesn't fail to keep fans guessing. Taylor represents Steven's emotional past and unresolved feelings, embodying the nostalgia, passion, and intensity of first love. Every interaction with Taylor carries the weight of history, reminding both Steven and the audience of their deep connection. Denise, on the other hand, symbolizes growth, stability, and a new start. Her presence in Steven's life introduces intellectual and emotional balance, showing him that relationships can be supportive, respectful, and less tumultuous than the roller coaster of high school romance. Fans can clearly see the tension in his choices, making each scene charged with anticipation as viewers speculate who he will ultimately choose. 4. Opinion. Steven will likely end up with Taylor. Based on how Season 3 develops, my opinion is that Steven is more likely to end up with Taylor. From the show's narrative focus on their shared history, the emotional weight of their interactions, and key plot moments, like the car accident, that pull Steven back toward Taylor, I can't help but feel they would be endgame. Denise is compelling and presents a mature alternative, but the show's storytelling emphasizes nostalgia, unresolved love, and Steven's tendency to follow his heart. The writers also seem to be building toward a reunion with the past narrative for Steven. 5. The books versus the show, diverging paths. In the books, Steven's romantic storylines are minimal, but the show expands on them. So, unfortunately, we can't look to the books for guidance on this outcome. 6. What lies ahead for Steven? While the show keeps the final choice ambiguous, everything in Season 3 points to Steven's heart being tied to Taylor. However, Denise remains a credible alternative, suggesting that if the story wanted a growth and maturity ending, it could go that route. Fans will have to watch closely to see whether Steven chooses the comfort of the past or the promise of the future. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button for more update news.